My name is Aaron Lopresti. I've been a comic book artist, a commercial illustrator, and a writer for over 25 years. And this is my YouTube channel.
Welcome one and welcome all to another exciting episode of Talking Comics and Art with Aaron Lopresti. I am Aaron Lopresti. I have been doing this, by this I mean drawing comics, writing comics for 30 years. And I also like to talk about comics because I, like a lot of you guys, am a collector. And that's kind of what motivates me to continue to buy stuff off eBay. And I did it again. So last week was my birthday. And I got a little carried away and started buying a few things. Didn't spend a lot of money, but I did buy a few things. And one of them just showed up today. It's hopefully a Bronze Age beauty that I remember from my youth. And so we're going to crack that thing open right now and take a look at it. Also, I want to remind everybody that if you're a comic book fan, a reader of the material, I have a campaign called Wraith of God. You can see it floating above my head there. Blood Hunters. It's on Indiegogo right now. You'll find a link in the description of this video to go there and back it and check out all the goodies that I have there available. One of them is the Empire Comics hat, logo hat that just came in. These are now in stock. So if you order one, it'll ship out in a few days. So you won't have to wait. We also have these wonderful beanies to keep your head warm during these winter months. The Wraith of God beanies are also available, and they ship out immediately. So I just wanted to give a quick plug there. So let's take a look at this book and see what I got. All righty, let's see what I got here. My second X-Acto knife is still missing in action. I don't know where it's at, but I do have blades, so we're going to use just a blade here. I'm going to live dangerously, trying not to cut my finger open here. Looks like they ship this, and of course the Gemini mailers, which are quite excellent protection for comics. I always enjoy getting a book that's packaged soundly. All right. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this is a book that I remember seeing on the newsstands when I was a kid. I don't know why I didn't buy it. Look at that. Look at that. It's a Dead Man appearance in Phantom Stranger. The cover is by Jim Aparo. I don't know 100% if he did the inside, but he probably did, but we're going to find out. So I'm going to crack this sucker open. Let's move the box out of the way. Now, this is supposed to be a near mint book. So I'm going to put the old gloves on. Even though it's not super expensive, it was but just paid $20 for it, but which is kind of funny because if I bought it when I saw it when I was a kid, it would have cost me 25 cents. Oh, well. See, he's got it rated a 9.4. So we'll be the judge of that, won't we? I have faith, though. See, I'll take a risk on pardon my reach. I'll take a risk on a, $50 or under book, or sometimes $100 or under book on the grade. Start spending over $100. I kind of want to get it a graded copy so I know I'm getting for sure what I'm getting here. Crap, don't let that tape get stuck on there. That was dumb. Okay. Bag's out of there. All right, let's take a look. This is pretty nice. Don't really see any flaws with it. It seems really, really flat. I have to take off one of these gloves because I can't get my fingers underneath here. All right. Spine looks really flat. And again, you can tell by if you waffle the book underneath the light, the reflection of the light will show you the imperfections in the book. And this baby looks pretty darn flat and clean. Ha! Look at that. Shrunken head apple sculpture. I had one of those when I was a kid. I used to make these all the time. They actually worked really, really well. you'd hang your apple in there for, I don't know, you had to dip it in like salt water, and then you'd hang it in this little. You can see it depicted right there underneath Vincent Price. You put this over like a lamp with an exposed bulb, and like I think a 60-watt bulb. You lit it in there for 3 or 4 days, and it would prune up. But you'd carve a face in the apple while it was still fresh. You'd skin the apple, bathe it in salt water, and then you'd like carve a face in it with the little plastic tools they gave you, and then it would just shrivel up, and it would be like this ugly shriveled up face. And then you could put beads and paint it or whatever. Then they had like this this glaze you'd put over it that would preserve it so it wouldn't rot. So Mort Drucker drew it. How about that? Look at that. Right there, Mort Drucker, famous artist from Mad Magazine. Anyway, I guess I'm getting sidetracked. But let's take a look inside here and see who did draw it. Nope, not DePero. Fred Carrillo did it. Don't know who Fred Carrillo is, but there he is. Maybe that's why I didn't buy it when I was a kid. I opened it up and it wasn't Jim Aparo on the inside. But I was not a DC guy at all. And I would, but if I saw the Spectre or if I saw Dead Man on a cover, I was suddenly interested. And any decent monster book would have caught my eye as a youngster. There's a little Tarzan ad for Pom Poms by Joe Kubert. How about that? So anyway, we got the old fan. Look at that. Ads for all those giant-sized Treasury editions. Garcia Lopez cover right there. It's a nice one. The Bible, exceptionally good by Redondo. If you haven't seen that, that's a cool cover right there. I can't tell. Is that Adams or Aparo? Probably Adams. It might be Aparo, though. I can't tell. It's too small. Anyway, so I get sidetracked with all this stuff. So we got a nice little Dead Man story in here. Then we got a Black Orchid story here by script by Michael Fleischer, script continuity by Russell Carley. Script continuity, does that mean he drew it? Is that like code language for artist? I'm going to assume it is. So I have no idea who this is. He looks a little bit like he's got some Filipino influence on his work, like Redondo sort of influence. So anyway, there you go. Ooh, saucy. Look at that. All right, so this is a really super nice looking book. And like I said, one I could have had as a kid if I just bought it. Because I remember seeing this on the newsstand and I just kind of was like, oh, that's cool. Who's this Dead Man dude? You know? And but I didn't buy it. But now I have it. Paid 10 times what I would have if I bought it in 1975, probably when this came out. But when did this come out? 75. So there you go. All right. So this won't be going on my spinner rack. This will be going in the collection because you got a 9.2 and 9.4. You got to take care of it, even if it's just a $20 book. So, but I mainly got it again for the Aparo cover, which is pretty darn cool. Try and get that reflection off there a little bit. Here we go. So, all right. Hey, thank you guys for joining me for another opening, this time of a Bronze Age book. I got more stuff coming. Probably we will show up. Well, today's Friday, so, probably early next week, I'm going to have a few more books coming in and something that isn't a comic book, but is very, very cool from the 70s that I'm very excited to get and open that up. And so we'll be seeing all this stuff very soon. So remember to like and subscribe to this channel. Hit the notifications bell if you wouldn't mind on your way out the door. Remember to check out my Wraith of God Blood Hunters campaign. The link is in the description of this video. I appreciate your guys' time. I appreciate you joining me, and we will talk again soon.